What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Derek Strickland, aka the FBA Book Boss. Hey, guys, I am here doing another NEO's Business Growth Summit Spotlight video, and we have the pleasure, the honor, and the privilege of spotlighting another speaker that's going to be speaking in January at our event in Houston, Texas. And the young lady that's going to be with us tonight and just hanging out with us is someone that is just admired all over the industry, someone that actually can just bring everybody to their feet in a special way. And guys, listen, this is what you want to do. You don't want nobody to miss this quick interview, all right? You don't want to miss this at all. This young lady has a lot to bring to the table in terms of e-commerce and how to get things done. So as I work with her to get her onto the live, this is going to be it's going to be a joy. No pun intended. It's going to be, but it really is going to be a joy. Let me see. Joy, do you see an invite button, Joy? Let me see if there's an invite button. All right. For some reason, I don't see an invite. So while we waiting for Joy to come on, I want to say what's up to Carla. Hey, Gracie. Roosevelt, what's going on? Robert, Rogers. All right. For some reason, Joy is not seeing an invite button. Let me see. Is there a way that I can invite you to this? For some reason, let me see. Let me see if I can invite you. I'll do it like this. Do it like this. No problem. There we go. There we go. I guess sent you an invite, Joy. Let's see if you can pick that up. So, guys, listen up. As we're doing this interview, there's a couple of things that I really, really need you to do for me to help me get this word out. I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. And I need you to comment no excuses if you actually want more information about the event that's going to be going down in Houston, Texas this coming January. Money making opportunity. I wouldn't necessarily say opportunity, but I will say that this is a way that a lot of people are learning a skill set where they can actually take their income to a whole nother level. Now, Joy, you probably have to get on from your phone, Joy. I'm thinking that's what's going on. Renata, Rubik, Miss Nicole Whitlock, what's going on? Hey guys, listen up. Let's see. It should be there. It should be something that says right down towards the bottom of it. Hey Shelly, what's going on? Hey guys, do me a favor. Like this video, share this video, and comment no excuses if you want more information about our upcoming event. Thank you, Renata. Thank you. You all are in for a real treat. Once we are able to get this superstar actually on the live. So let's just hold up and here we go. There we go. All right, let's see.
There we go.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was hoping I can get on the computer, but
that's all right. We believe in no excuses, only solutions, and we are so happy and just privileged to have you on with us today. And she's coming to us from the home state of the World Series champion, Houston Astros. So you guys are partying there, right?
We're partying. Some people are. I want to.
Well, listen up. Joy, I want to thank you, first of all, for taking out time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this spotlight video. And what we're doing is we're doing a spotlight video on all of the speakers that's going to be presenting at the Business Growth Summit in Houston, Texas. And the topic for tonight is the importance of attending live events. And I couldn't think of anyone else that would be a better person to talk to about going to live events than you, because we know you always on the move.
That's very
always
true.
on the move. And you're not just going to live events just to be going. It's something to it. So Joy, if you could first just tell our viewers, some of my people that don't know who you are, just tell them a little bit about you, and then we'll get further into it.
Okay, so happy to be here. I love this group. This is one of my, I think I say this at the NEOS conferences, that I go to a lot of conferences, but this is one of my very, very favorite groups because people speak from the heart and it's just exciting. And so I'm happy to be here. For those who don't know me, I'm Joy Packard. I am a mom of 8. I'm a Lola, which is a grandma to 8. I've been doing Amazon for 4 or 5 years now. I have we do retail arbitrage, online, wholesale, private label, and now Amazon merch and Shopify. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it's because I outsource, and I also teach about outsourcing. So I don't do it all myself, and that's the exciting thing, because you don't have to be a one-man band. And I think I spoke about that last January. And so, yes, so excited to be here, and I'm happy to answer any questions and to help out in any way that you need me to.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, the first question that I have for you is, I mean, we know that you go to a lot of live events. So what is the biggest thing for you about going to events opposed to maybe staying home and looking at a recording?
Okay, so I'm so big time in endorsing not just this live event, but several. I probably have been to literally, I can think of at least 10 this year so far. And some of them Amazon. I just got back from a health retreat, which is an event. And, most people who are on here are online entrepreneurs. They're doing Amazon, they're doing affiliate marketing, they're doing things from behind their computer. And yes, we can talk and chat on Facebook groups, and we can get on calls and webinars, and just like what we're doing right now. That's exciting, right? But there's something to be said about going live and meeting somebody, shaking their hand. A great example is I went to China and I actually shook my supplier's hand. And that particular event, that one meeting, probably made me thousands of dollars, because she got to know who I was. I got to know who she was. The trust factor is there. And it's those little things, like, I'll give you another example. Chris Green. We all know Chris Green. He's, king of arbitrage, king of Amazon merch. And I was speaking at a New Jersey event. It was a Sam Cohen ACE conference. I think it was in March or April. And in between sessions, I happened to be walking in the hallway, and there was Chris. And then, we just started chatting, and, I know Chris, and, we've ever since I started Amazon, and he's so helpful. And I sat there for at least 20 or 30 minutes and, listening to him, giving me advice on, just on my business and things that I'm doing. So it's those little 15, 20 minute, 5 minutes in the hallway, getting to know who these people are. And then as we get on Facebook and like what we're doing right now, we can say, oh, I remember that feeling when I met this person and we were talking about this. So there might be like one golden nugget that you will get just by being there at the live event. You feel the energy in the room. You feel the energy of the other person. You can't feel that whenever, you can kind of feel my energy right now, but I'm just saying there's so much difference when you are live, and there's nothing like it. You can't replace that. You can't replace the networking that you're going to get. Because, even though like we're here, there might be like, I don't know how many people are in the NEOS group, but let's just say there's 400 people. They're not all going to be on this call. They're not going to always be on Facebook Lives, but you get to meet these people, whether through lunch, walking. I can't tell you how much of my success is due to a live event and just rubbing shoulders with somebody and meeting somebody and getting, sharing what I know and then learning from what they know. So
Yeah.
it's so important. It's crucial to success, not just in Amazon, but in everything that you do. It's so important.
So what I want to do is I want to share just what she was just talking about. Me and my wife actually met Joy, was it for the first time last January. And just being in the room with her, and she said something to us, and my wife's eyes just lit up. And it was talking about outsourcing, and it was talking about outsourcing things that you necessarily don't really have the time to do, even if it's something like groceries, like going to the grocery store or cleaning up the house, or just realizing that to spend time doing this type of stuff will cost you a lot of money.
Right?
The time that you spend maybe cutting the grass, or the time that you spend cleaning up the house from top to bottom, you could be out, sourcing. You could be online arbitrage. It's a number of things that you could be doing, but you have to learn how to outsource. And that was just one of the nuggets. I can't tell y'all all of them. That was just one of the nuggets that Joy shared with us at this live event. Now, Joy, there is another person that's going to be at this event that you actually was at his event. All right. So
Right.
this is going to be the first time that he's been in front of the Neos audience. But Dana Derricks is going to be at the Neos event. Now, you just come from his event. Can you tell us what was the feeling of being in a room with someone like him? And of course, his events is on a whole nother different price bracket. But going to that type of event and the expectation that you had, can you give us some takeaways from some of the things that you might have learned at that event?
Oh my goodness, that was called the Goat Farm Mastermind, and I was so blessed to be invited to that. I was one of the presenters. And wow, I was just so excited. I didn't even know who Dana was. Dana didn't know who I was. How he met me is because somebody, Lisa, his affiliate manager, listened to one of my Facebook Lives and basically invited me to come to their mastermind. And not just Dana, but like the people that were there that he attracts. There are people from, I can't remember all of their programs, but basically you had to pay some big bucks to be at that mastermind, and to be able to rub shoulders with somebody like that, and to hear, if those of you who know him or know of him, and basically he's an awesome copywriter, and I was treated like royalty there. It was amazing. They picked us up in a limousine, they put us in this really nice hotel, fed us some awesome dinners, and then I was able to this is another example of a networking event, and going to his event and being able to, it's different. Like if we're doing just this with Dana, it's different. But you guys are so lucky to have someone like that to come and to be able to. I mean, I'm going to give you an example. It's like that mastermind, and I'm just going to say it on the air. I mean, it costs $25,000 to go to his mastermind.
Hold on one second. Hold on. You guys can't say it and keep talking.
25000. I mean, that's how much people paid there at his mastermind.
Wow.
And here he is coming to our hometown of Houston, Texas, and he's going to be, literally in the room where you guys are going to be able to rub shoulders with somebody like that. And so, those kind of opportunities happen because you show up. And, this is what this name of this summit is: no excuses. And we all have our excuses of, I can't make it because, and you have a blank, and it's too far, I don't have enough money, it's right after Q4. We have all these excuses. But I'm telling you that this particular event last year was my very first event and presenting, and I had a knee injury. Do you remember that, Derek?
Yeah,
And
I remember.
I could barely walk, and I could have just said, I'm just going to stay home because it's too hard. I can't walk on the stage, I can't walk around, I can't even do anything. But we can it takes as much energy to say I'm not going as it does to I am going. And if you know that it's going to increase your business and to be around somebody like that who is going to be in the room with you, it's just honestly no excuse to not go. The price of this summit is just like next to nothing. I mean, not very many people charge this and feed you and bring the caliber of people that you guys are bringing to this event. I'm very honored to be able to come back and be a presenter. I love this group so much. Every time I think of this group, it just makes my heart like swell, because you know, you've got people who it's not just about making money. It's because people care about each other and they want to bring you along with them to be successful. And you can go to several events. You know, there's so many different events that I go to, so many, and I love all of them. I mean, every single event that I've been to this year, I love. But I'm just saying that to be in an event where people actually take you and they want to corral you and say, come on, you know, I'm not going to just do this by myself. We're going to teach you, you know, these things. We're going to bring you over here. We're going to let you in this room with Dana Derricks. I mean, that alone, you know, I don't even know who all the other presenters are, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing. Yes. But to have somebody, you know, to be able to speak and teach you guys, and I already told you, and it's no lie, if you go to the sales page, that is what people paid to go to his event. And wow. So you are having it right here in Houston. It's not that hard to get to Houston, you know. And so if you live in Houston, there's really no excuse. If you are trying to fly into Houston, Houston is a very easy place to fly into. So no excuse. He's amazing.
So one person that we haven't even updated the website that's going to actually be there is a man by the name of Mr. Greg Murphy.
Oh, my goodness.
So, guys, you don't call me the book boss, but this man, right? This man is a $1 million, you know, seller in the book.
I didn't even know he was coming. And so now, okay, this is just getting better and better. See, I'm learning this along with everybody who's on here. This is all ad lib. You know, Derek and I have not rehearsed this. I didn't know what he was going to ask me. Greg is an amazing, amazing Amazon seller. He buys books by, you know, by the millions of pallets. He does amazing. He does, like, you know, he knows his stuff, and he's another one of those that you, I was in one of his groups, and I was in a group where I actually bought one of his pallets of books for myself. And so, hi, Amy. To bring him on board, oh my goodness, it's just getting better and better. Whatever you guys are doing to get these people here at this event, honestly, there is really no excuse to not come. It's that alone. Like I say, I don't know who all the other presenters are, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing, like they always are. And you feel, like I say, the energy of the group when you're here. And that's the exciting thing too, and what's being shared. So that's awesome. He's going to be an amazing, contributor to the conference. So
yes, see, normally what people tend to do is when you learn a skill set and you know you become the go-to person, sometimes you have to go to events where you're not the smartest person in the room, right? Because if you're going to pour into somebody else, you're going to have somebody pour into you. And what we decided to do was to just reach for the sky and just get people that are at a place in business where we want to be at. And that's what we did when we went and got Greg. That's what we did when we went and got Joy, when we went and got Dana. Joy, your strong suit, we would say, is outsourcing, right? You say that's your strong suit, or would you say private label? Or would you say...
I have a lot of different things I love to talk about. Outsourcing is huge for me because being a mom of 8 and, you know, being that I love to take time for myself and go to health retreats and things, there's no way I could run this business by myself. And so I do love to talk about that, but I love to talk about all the other things that I do. You know, I do retail online, all the things that I talked about. Private label is awesome. And so there's just so many ways to make money on Amazon. You know, you don't have to feel like you have to do it all. You can get really good at one and then move on to the next and so on until you know you have all these different things. And so I talk about outsourcing a lot. In fact, I just got off a private label summit yesterday with Kevin Reiser. For those who know Kevin, He see, he was at the Go Farm Mastermind also, to rub shoulders with somebody like that, who is like, his Amazon podcast is one of the #1 podcasts on Amazon, on on iTunes. And here he was, at the Goat Farm Mastermind with Dana, and he's in Dallas, and he asked me to be on his summit. And so I wouldn't have been able to be there or meet somebody like that if I wasn't at the event. And so it just continues to happen, and over again. And like, the 6 or 7 people that were at his event, and it was in Wisconsin, those 7 people are like some of my favorite people, who are just like, they're like, hey, Vox me on Voxer and ask me any questions, and we'll help you with whatever you need. And to have that kind of caliber call on me and say, call me whenever you need it, that's just from being there at an event, showing up. Show up at an event, make it happen to where you can rub shoulders. Like you said something earlier, Derek, that really just stuck out to me, and that is, when you see somebody who has what you want, go do what they're doing. Find out what they're doing and go do it. And that's exactly how I did this business. When I was doing online marketing, affiliate marketing, which I still kind of do, but the time that I got an email about Amazon, I bit the bullet, and I said, these people are basically, this is what I want. And so what I did is I followed what they did. And that's exactly what you're going to learn at this conference. You're going to have these presenters come to you, and you're going to say, like Greg Murphy is going to say, hey, if you're interested in books, here's how you do books. With Dana, I don't know what Dana's going to talk about, but he's an amazing copywriter, but he also has so many other skills. And so you grab these skills, and you learn, and you implement, and you say, they have what I want, so I'm going to do what they're doing. It only makes sense to do that. And so to be able to come, like I say, this event, there's so many events, and they cost so much money. And this is like a no-brainer. They feed you, they do prizes. We have dancing, which I've missed last year because of my knee, and I'm not going to miss the dancing on Saturday night this time. I told Nikki I'm going to stay at the hotel, even though I live in Houston, but I'm an hour away. But I've just learned so much from all of you guys, and just the people like Nikki and you and Nicole, and just all these people who are presenting. It's an incredible event. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. Now, also at this event, see, the beautiful thing about the Business Growth Summit is not just all e-commerce. All right, we got people that's going to be talking about wealth management. Mr. June Collier is going to talk about that. We got some more people coming that's going to be talking in other areas of business. It's going to really cater to the total business and just all around everything. We may even have someone talking about Forex. So guys, listen, if you want some more information about this awesome event, I need you to do 3 things for me. I need you to like this video. I need you to share it out. Then I want you to put no excuses in the comment section. All right, guys, you have to be in Houston. Those that show up, blow up. All right, no question about it. Those that show up, blow up. Joy just told you that going to a live event just changed her life, right? Most of you all are one relationship away from a breakthrough. I really believe that. And if you go to the event, you never know who you're going to meet out in the lobby. Now, there's a lot of great things that's going to be happening from the stage, but man, out in the lobby, it's just like, what? You could be walking by and you overhear something, or you could be walking by and somebody pull you over and say, hey, tell me about this. And then you get to talking, then they start sharing with you stuff that you never would have thought about. All right. We got people like Miss Keisha Bass, which is going to be at our event. All right. We got people. Let me start naming. Becky Timms. All right. The Amazon team is coming back to our event. All right. So let me just say this right here, right now. Becky and Joy are Team Neos members, right? Like y'all family members. Y'all not visitors. All right. Don't even think that. You all are family members. Keisha Bass is family members. But we do have some new faces that's going to be there at this event. Go ahead, put no excuses in the comment section. And Joy, if there's one last thing, I don't want to hold you too long, but if one last thing you want to leave our people with concerning live events or concerning outsourcing or whatever it is that you want to share as we get ready to close out.
Let me think if there's something that basically just I'm just going to reiterate the importance of live events. Like I spend thousands of dollars on myself. I think this year alone, at least 10 Amazon events. And then this past, a couple, not last week, but the week before, I was on a Rockstar cruise, which is the Amazon cruise. They asked me to speak, and that was amazing. And then I went and into a health retreat and learned about stuff about that. But it's a matter of like seeking out those things that you're going to want to enhance your business. What is it that I want? What do I want for January, or 2018? What are some of my goals? Here we are closing out on Q4. We had an amazing Q4 event in Baltimore. I think it was in March. Was it in March?
June.
And, people implemented that. They're able to earn some money and do really well. And so I think it's just a matter of getting it in your head and say, I'm going to pick at least minimum one event next year. Whether it's this one, hopefully it's this one, you should pick this one, and then another one maybe. But what is it that I want to focus on? What is going to make my business flourish? It's not going to be just sitting behind your computer and doing it all by yourself. I'll tell you that right now. If I did that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have the relationships that I have today, with Dana or with, Brian Burt, who was, he was the Sponsored Ads Academy guy, the guy who did that awesome commercial. And there's so many other amazing names that Chris Green, like I say, just having a 30-minute conversation that I had in the hallway. And yes, like what you said, Derek, there's amazing people on the stage, but it's when you're in the hallway, it's when you're at lunch, it's when you just have that few moments. Maybe it's just a question. Like I don't remember what question it was because I had many questions, but I remember one time when I was struggling, when I was first starting, I was thinking, if I could just get this one question answered, because I would ask it in the groups, I would ask it here, but I would never get my answer. And I remember I was in a group and I just said, hey, I just want to ask this one question. And it was because I was there live, I got my answer. And it could be as a matter of, like you say, somebody that's you're just going to rub shoulders with them, get an answer. You can get answers right there. My very first live event, I met somebody from Jamaica, and it inspired me to know that here he is in Jamaica and he's able to do, Amazon. And so it could be, it could be an inspirational, it can inspire you. It can motivate you. It can get you in the right mindset. Because, when you are here's the thing too, and I'll leave you with this. When you are in a room, when you are in a room full of people, what's that? When you're in a room full of people, like-minded people, that do what you do, like all of these people are doing Amazon, all of these people are doing cool things like me, like retail and all this kind of stuff. When you are in a group of 300 or 400 people, or however many people are at the event, there's magic that happens, because it's like they understand what I'm saying when I'm scanning with Profit Bandit. Not everybody on the streets understand what I'm doing. And so that's one of the biggest reasons I love live events, is because I feel the energy when I'm in the room with like-minded individuals who are all seeking the same goal that I'm trying to seek. We're all trying to make a living. We're all trying to support our families. But most importantly, at this event, as the leaders, you're trying to tell everybody, come on, I'm going to take you with me. I'm taking you with me to the top. And you just feel this camaraderie of love and desire to help you to become better. And so it's just, you don't feel that sitting behind a computer. So make your commitment. There's no excuses to not come to the No Excuse Summit. The link is in the bottom. Nicole is already posting to get your ticket. And I am so excited to meet all of you. I'm so excited for this event. I mean, it's just in a few months, and it's my favorite event, one of my favorite events. So I hope to see all of you guys there.
So, Joy, I do have one more question. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's totally fine.
It may lead to another one. I don't know. But a lot of times people see on Facebook especially, all of these posts of back office, Seller Central, 18,000 in 30 days, 50,000 in 30 days. And a lot of people they can't wrap their mind around making $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 in 30 days. Um, can you speak to, first of all, if you all were at a Q4 event, you know that Miss Joy Packard received a jersey with a number 1 on it, which absolutely means over $1 million in sales on Amazon, right?
Right.
So can you speak to what is that like? Like your first 6 figures that you ever done, was that with or without like the outsourcing? And then when you outsource, did that just make everything skyrocket from there, or were you outsourcing to get to that first 6 figures?
It's a great question because I just spoke about this, not if not yesterday, or I'm always talking about outsourcing because people ask me about it. But here's what it was. When I first started, I did all this by myself, and I do say that. I say, you know what? If you're going to do a business, like for example, if you're going to learn how to do affiliate marketing and you need to know how to create a website, learn how to create the website before you outsource it, because how are you going to know what to outsource if you don't even know how to do it yourself, right? So with Amazon, it was like when we first started, for the first, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, it was me and my best friend. She's my partner. We do this together. It's so fun. And I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm at $15,000 a month in sales, and it's staying there and it's not growing, and it's exciting, but what do I need to do to make this grow? I'm only one person. I only have 24 hours a day, and 8 of those hours are sleeping. Probably less for me. 4 to 6 hours are sleeping, and maybe for some of you, not, less than that. But it gets to a point where you say, okay, if I'm happy at this, this place, that's great. But if I'm going to grow, then I need to outsource. And for those who are kind of new, some people may not know the terminology. Outsource basically meaning that I'm finding a virtual assistant online, somebody in the Philippines maybe, that I'm paying full-time, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, $250 a month. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds like we're ripping off people, but believe me, I am Filipino. I know what 250 in the Philippines means to people. It is such a great living for them. They love it because they get to be with their family. And so basically I have 4 people that I outsource to. They run my Amazon customer service. They help me find daily deals online. Imagine having to do that yourself. If you're doing that every single day, then you're not finding a private label. You're not retail online arbitraging during Q4. So I guess to answer your question as far as like the very first time, well, first of all, the very first time I made an Amazon sale was so amazing. I remember taking a screenshot, and I'm going to tell you guys this, because a lot of times people get on there and they see this and they get discouraged and they think, how are these people doing this in 30 days and I can't? First of all, the sales are misleading, because when you see 25,000 in sales, that might not necessarily mean 25,000 in profit, because you still have to take out your expenses. So 25,000 in sales could mean 6 to 8,000 in profit, maybe a third, depending on what your revenue is. But here's the thing of the matter is, when I first made my first sale, I said to myself, if I can make, and I'm telling you newbies out there and advanced people, if you can make one sale, you can make another and another and another and 100 and 1,000 sales, because whenever something is done, that it can be done again. And that's the exciting thing. Like when you come to these events and you see people, oh, this person started here, but it took them time. So it's basically daily doing. That's what I call it. Daily doing of everyday things to become better. And so when okay, I made my first $1, now I want to make my first $10. Now I want to make my first $100. Now my 1,000. Now my 10,000. It's so exciting because other people before us have done it. But we shouldn't beat ourselves up when we're not doing what they're doing, because we don't know how they started. They might have started with their daddy giving him $20,000 to buy inventory. Right. I started with $1,500 of my husband's junk around the house. I like to tell that story because I didn't know that I was going to make this a career. I first started as a hobby, and then I loved it so much. So when you see people's numbers, don't say, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because I don't know if I can do that in 30 days, what they're doing. And you have to think about the story behind that, and then realize that you're just who you are. And however fast or slow you're going, as long as you're going in a direction that you want to be going and you're saying, okay, you know, I may only be making like $300 a month now, and that person's making 300,000. Don't make that 300,000 discourage you. Make it think, I can be there one day if I want to be. Because here's the thing, there's only so many hours in the day, like we talk about, and there's so many things that I want to do. I want to go to the Blue Beach. I want to see my grandkids. And I might not want to be sourcing and outsourcing and working all around the clock. And that's what it might take to make millions of dollars, right? So you have to find your sweet spot, and you have to say to yourself, where do I want to be? You know, realistically, where do I want to be? If you're a mom of 6 kids and they're all little, it's going to be hard to do what somebody can do who's only one person with no kids and not married, and that's all they do. So when you're comparing yourself to numbers, remember that it's not always as it seems. Facebook is not always as it seems. When you see that I'm always happy, I'm not always happy. And when you see, you know, that I'm doing certain things, I'm just saying, like, just know that whatever you're doing right now and as hard as you're working is awesome. Wherever you are in the path that you're doing on Amazon, that's perfect. That's perfect for you. And so however fast or slow you can go, you know, if some people are doing this, not going into debt, some people go into this taking $100,000 loans. So of course, the person who has a $100,000 loan, you're going to see that. So I encourage you to not let the numbers and, you know, Facebook stories and stuff discourage you. Let it encourage you, knowing that other people can do it and that you can do it. So I think that that's such an important thing that's never talked about. I think that's something that people, you know, they just, numbers are thrown out there, and like, you know, and who knows, you know, there's Photoshop, you know, you can Photoshop your numbers. I'm not saying people do that, but I am saying that people could do that, you know, to, you know, people who are not as, I guess, have as much integrity as some others, but know where you are. Start, like my oldest son has started private label, and you know, he's so cute because he's like, how do you know about Jungle Scout, and how do you know about this? And he started from the step A, and he is moving along. He found his product, he found his wholesaler, and so, you know, he's taking the necessary steps on a daily basis. And I'll leave you with this: if on a daily basis you say, as long as I even do one thing toward my goal, whether it's finding your private label or maybe it's to set up your Amazon account. Maybe that was such a big deal for you, because it is for some people, you know, know that, hey, at the end of the day, I set up my Amazon account, you know, that is an accomplishment, and that's an awesome goal. So just know that every day that you're moving in that direction that you're wanting to get to, you will get there. You will get there. And if you have the mindset to know that no matter what, I'm not going to quit. I don't care how hard this is. If this is what I want, I'm going to go do it. Derek does it. Greg Murphy does it. Dana does it. You know, all these people, Nicole, Nikki Weatherspoon, all these people. So just make your own goals and don't compare yourself to other people, because, like I say, you don't know the stories behind that. So be yourself. You always hear me saying that all the time. Be who you are. You know, make your goals, make your dreams, but not everything is going to be the same as mine or whoever's. Be whoever it is for you, whatever it is for you.
Wow. Awesome. Listen, I guarantee you all that you all didn't actually catch that. All right. You're going to have to go back and listen to this over again, because it's some awesome nuggets that she just dropped. As Celia say, hashtag find your sweet spot. Right? We should be like saying that. Let's just make that hashtag just go viral. Hashtag find your sweet spot. Right? Joy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. And we cannot wait to be in Houston and be with you and just be in all of the excitement that I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Because I know what happened.
I'm excited too. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm excited for this conference. So I hope to see all of you guys there.
Wow. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, what we need you to do, how many things? 3 things. We need you to like this video. We need you to share it. And then we need you to comment, no excuses. in the comment section if you want more information about this awesome event. And also be on the lookout for more spotlight videos coming from Nicole Whitlock, which will be interviewing, I believe, Keisha Bass, as well as Becky Timms. And hopefully we'll be able to get Dana Derricks on a spotlight video so that we can introduce you all to him. And you know, it's one thing about Dana Derricks that I didn't know, but now I know, is that I always known him, right? I looked at this little logo with the little men in the lap, and I'm like, I know this logo. And logo has been there all the time. So great copywriters are always there, all right? They're like Satellite fans everywhere. So everywhere at the same time. So definitely, guys, you want to be there. You want to have your face in the place. And once again, those that show up, blow up. Guys, on behalf of our founding leaders, Nikki and Paris Witherspoon, it is always our wish for you that you all be blessed and then go out and be a blessing. See you guys on the next spotlight. Thank you, Joy.
All right. Bye. Take care.
Yep.